everybody. Welcome back to Tech Sheck, continuing to bring you unique and interesting stories about the Pakistan tech startup ecosystem. And I've had the good fortune of meeting this person today, our guest, Miss Alicia Dean, who is a marketing and communications consultant for the city of Austin. Just to give you a little context, Austin and Lahore are sister cities, and Austin is trying to engage and bring Pakistani startups to the city of Austin. So with that, Alicia, आपके क्या हाल हैं?
मैं बिल्कुल ठीक, शुक्रिया। और आप?
मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया शो पे आने के लिए।
ठीक। So?
This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I don't get to speak Urdu with non-native Pakistanis very often. That's really awesome.
And I don't get an opportunity to speak a lot, so thank you for allowing me to hurt your ears with my rudimentary Urdu.
We take it with graciousness. It is an effort to try to learn this language, so kudos to you. But let's not spend too much time on that. Let's dive in Tech Check style. So Alicia, tell us what's happening with Austin, Lahore, Pakistan, the tech ecosystem. Cool stuff.
So much. So over the last 6 years, we actually, as a city, spent a lot of time serving as a convener and facilitator of partnerships. What we realized, so I think context helps. You know, we get the question a lot, and I think you were the one of the folks when we met recently, like, I don't understand, what does Austin have to do with Lahore and Pakistan? Like, help me connect those dots. So
sure.
One of the things that is happening in Austin is a growing international city. South Asians make up the fastest growing demographic in Austin. Pakistanis are a key segment in that fast growing demographic. And one of the things that we see happening organically is that there are a lot of Pakistanis who are coming here, who are going to UT Austin and other universities in and around Central Texas, who are launching really successful startups in Austin, in the Valley, and going back to Pakistan and playing a big role in the innovation ecosystem there. And so what we saw is that we saw founders really playing a role in starting to develop those connections, but what they didn't have is really a formalized network to really talk about, hey, there's potential growth here, right? There's potential growth here for Pakistani startups who are looking for a pathway into the US and looking for kind of like a soft landing into the US. I know everyone thinks of the Valley, and the Valley is amazing. But what we do here in Austin is a little bit different. We're kind of more of a bootstrapping innovation ecosystem and super collaborative, which for many of our Pakistani startups, tech-enabled startups, some that also are kind of focusing on service, also arts and culture, the ecosystems kind of match, right? So it made sense that Austin would be a good fit. So what we wanted to do was kind of help create that framework and that pipeline to start building those connections, making those introductions. And who better to do that than the local government that could say, hey, we believe in this. We believe in what's happening in our innovation ecosystem here. We know that we have founders who are doing this work, who are not only kind of creating these businesses here, but then they're going back to their native countries and kind of strengthening the ecosystem there. And we want those businesses, as they grow, we want them to grow into Austin. It's an economic development play. So that's for us what the connection is. So we really wanted to build on the organic growth that was already happening, help build that foundation and kind of create a pipeline, as you said, sister city. Our goal was to actually create a sister city partnership. It grew into something even bigger than we imagined, right? So where we're, connecting government to government. One of our partners was the Punjab Information Technology Board. And so we were able to kind of, work with startups that they were curating and bring them here to Austin, immerse them in the ecosystem, we were able to bring investors and startups to Lahore and immerse them into the innovation ecosystem there, right? So again, start conversations, start having people think about how can we work together? Where are the places where we can kind of collaborate and grow together and start think about thinking about scale.
Awesome. Wow. It's what an amazing endeavor, and one that I've not run into yet. So I kudos to you, the city of Austin, the great state of Texas, where I now reside, for something like this. So my next
Yeah.
question, I know, and this is, what are some tangible things that you've seen that have occurred over the last 6 years? Do you have any examples of startups that have come across, or things that have flourished because of your efforts? It'd be great to just share that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, there's a full gamut. So I'll try, we have a limited amount of time. One example
Sure.
is, we've seen new startups happen. One of my favorite stories is about Emerald Labs, which is a new startup company. It's got offices in Austin and Lahore, and it's a brand new startup. It does, software and talent development, and it was founded by two people. The two founders met through the ATX Plus POC program, right? So Ali Sayed, Faizan Mahmood, were both program coordinators for the program. Ali handled Austin, Faizan handled Pakistan,
Wow.
and they ended up recruiting as one of their key board members and directors, one of our investors, and key thought leaders and investment voices here in Austin, who actually was one of our early adopters in the ATX Plus POC program, who have participated in one of our early pitch sessions before we were even a program. We were kind of like a baby. We were kind of an early thought of a program. And he attended a pitch session with Pakistani startups, and, you kind of saw the like, and he's like, this is amazing. And I see a lot of growth here. And he's like, I would really want to, invest in these startups. That was in 2015. I don't think that he imagined in 2015 that a few short years later that he would actually be a partner in a new startup that resulted from the program. So that's Emerald Labs, and they're doing very, very well now. I think they're at 30 employees at this point. So, and they've got employees both in Austin and Lahore. And again, these are things that people hadn't really even thought of. We have companies that are working together, that are forming really interesting international partnerships. Another great example is Chocolate Milk and Donuts, which is an Austin-based technology company, and they really kind of work in the AR VR space, and they're in the hardware part of it, right? So kind of shooting all of the AR VR experience, and Euphoria XR, which kind of creates all those really cool augmented reality, virtually the things that we love, but we don't really understand how they all kind of come together.
Sure.
So they actually kind of they create those experiences. Well, they partnered through this program. They quite literally met when I brought the first delegation to Lahore, and we brought them to PITB, we brought them to Plan 9, and they started collaborating on projects. And so they actually have a formalized business partnership now, and they have pitched international clients together, some of them, the state of Texas together, which is wild, and it's amazing to me. I'll get calls from them saying, oh yeah, we're doing this project for TechStat. What? Mind blown. Or Euphoria is talking about a project that they're doing for the founder of Wrap Snacks. Like, wait, what? And so it's amazing. And so kind of like watching that growth, right? And so there's a really strong like revenue generating partnerships. So, for Chocolate Milk and Donuts, that didn't have any footprint at all in South Asia, right, is able to kind of work with this company and kind of have a footprint in that market. And Euphoria never imagined that they'd be doing business for Wrap Snacks, right, or working for TechStat, and a lot of other international clients, Silicon Labs, I can kind of list off all of the clients. We've helped create partnerships between universities. So you have Superior University and Houston Tillotson University kind of working on ed tech exchanges, right? So kind of really working in that space. Houston Tillotson University is a historically Black college here in Austin. And so I could go on and on and on and on and on, right? And so there are, again, so a lot of really rich partnerships that have kind of resulted from this work.
That's brilliant. Look, Alicia, it's really, really awesome to kind of see this effort and what you guys are doing and how you're trying to help and propagate. So first of all, I really thank you. You know, this dovetails into what I'm trying to do with TechSheck. And the last question I have for you is, how do people here engage with you guys? You know, mentors, advisors, investors. What's the best way to reach out to you
guys? So the best way to reach out to us, you can reach out to us through our website, austintexas.gov/ATX PAK. Get up to speed on what we've done as a program, and you can contact me, and I'll also give my email address, alicia.dean@austintexas.gov, and I can kind of help you get plugged into what's happening with our programming partners. And it's really important for me to point out, our goal as a city was to kind of start the conversation and plant the seeds for these partnerships, plant the seeds for our incubators and accelerators to work with each other, our businesses to work with each other, and then get out of the way, right? And let the ecosystem, let our investors, let our startups really kind of dictate, let our educational institutions, right, really dictate where this should go next. Because all of you, folks like you, you're on the ground, right? You know what's happening. You know where all the cool stuff is happening, and where programming should go and where partnerships should happen. And so what we wanted to do is just kind of provide the framework. And we feel like we've done that. So I am more than happy to connect with mentors and other people who are interested in kind of thinking about, hey, how can I get this started in my city, or how can I help maybe grow, you know, some of the programming ideas, or how can I host a delegation? More than happy to have that conversation. So alicia.dean@austintexas.gov. Shoot me a note anytime, or austintexas.gov/ATX-PAC.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
You are very, बहुत शुक्रिया.
ये तो मैंने आपसे पहले पूछना था उर्दू में, लेकिन आपने जवाब दे ही दिया.
आपकी बड़ी मेहरबानी for even listening to my Urdu.
Thank you very much, Alicia. This was a really great show. I look forward to putting this out to our audience. And to our audience, look at this. People in Austin, Texas, who are supporting the Pak Tech ecosystem. Let's jump on board, folks. Like, share, subscribe. Always keen to hear about more stories. Let us know. And with that, I bid you, Alicia, and all of you, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Pirmalenge.